Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another episode of A Contagious Smile Unstoppable here with Victoria and Michael. We also have our mascot, Stucco, in the room who
My boy.
thinks he's freaking human
That's my boy.
because when it's time for bed, he climbs up in bed and takes up one, if not two, entire pillows.
He has his own pillows in our bed.
And he's getting fat.
He's not getting fat.
I'm looking at a bowl and a bag of treats right up here in the office.
Hold the fort, George. We have 4 dogs. And when they go out, they come up here to mommy and they give me hugs and they give me love and I give them one little cookie each. And then those are their toothbrushes. They get one a day.
That big thing is a toothbrush?
Do you want me to talk about big things?
Shut up.
That's really rude to say to your wife.
How do you think I feel? You blasted out on the air.
You're married.
Exactly.
Most women like that be bragging.
Well,
Now what you got?
nothing.
That's what I thought. So you got a new piece of art on you.
I do. It's my loving, respectful daughter who's in the next room next door. Her and I would go out shooting a lot. We teach our kids, plural. We teach them how to properly use a firearm, how to safely use it, and respect it. So we go out to the gun range
My authority.
quite a
Who's
bit.
that? Oh, Cartman. From what was Cartman on?
Cartman?
Yeah.
I have no clue.
It's what was it? Alexa, what cartoon was Cartman on?
Eric Cartman is a character on the animated sitcom South Park.
That's right.
Oh, God, I hate South Park.
I did
I
too.
hate that thing. Oh,
Okay, thank you.
Anyway.
Thanks, Alexa, go to sleep.
my daughter and I go out quite often.
Now she's
so,
your daughter.
uh-huh.
No,
So
thanks,
I
sir.
got a tattoo of myself and my daughter back to back, holding pistolas,
What?
always saying that I got your back, daughter.
But the
And she
best part
says-
is that she has the tattoo for her car, Mia, which is me, on her arm in that tattoo. And I drew and created that tattoo for y'all. So it's a whole bunch of everybody.
So it's a portrait of myself and my daughter.
And it fits along great with you because
I
it's
say
big
about, shut up.
too. It goes from his elbow to his, like, right above his wrist. And he was such a wuss. Y'all have to check out the videos. Oh my God. First he asked for an epidural. No shit. Then he asked for numbing cream. Then he doesn't sit still. There's videos.
Those were involuntary twitches. He
You
got a nerve.
are a bitch baby.
So thank you. Kudos goes out to Jeffrey Fratto
He's awesome.
out there at Pleasure Points Tattoo there in Hiram.
He's awesome.
Y'all can look him up. Tell him Solomon sent you.
Why has it got to be you? But you
Because
know what? He
I-
says that nobody sits as good as our kid and me.
Oh, she didn't move a muscle.
She loves it. She loves it. She got another tattoo for her birthday of one of her favorite puppy ever. And so she's like, I'm on my way. She wants like a ton more.
I think she wants a full sleeve.
No, she doesn't. She wants 2 full sleeves. If you don't know my kid by now, she wants both arms fully covered.
So Pleasure Points out there in Hiram. Ask for Jeff Fratto.
He's
he
the
does
owner.
awesome work.
He's the owner. Yep. So my husband is losing a lot of weight. He's lost 30. What was the last?
But never leave my wife.
Where the hell did that come from?
Because when you lose weight, you either have a girlfriend or
You didn't
boyfriend.
lose weight 25 years ago, and you had a lineup.
And you think I'll be leaving you.
You had a lineup 25 years ago, and you didn't lose any weight.
You got an eyebrow out of place.
Lovely. But explain that to me.
I can't.
Okay. So how much weight have you lost?
About 30 pounds.
How much more do you want to lose?
About maybe 10 to 15.
Okay.
And then maybe you can see my one ab.
Oh my Lord. If anybody knows me, knows I have severe body dysphoria. This is true. And I have hidden behind that for 20 years. And my husband will tell you, I have never owned a tank top. I don't own a pair of shorts. I don't own a mini skirt. No, I didn't own a dress, nothing. I don't own these items. So it was maybe 3 weeks ago that I went and actually bought tank tops. And the other day, I walked downstairs while he's standing in the den in a tank top and like
Sweats, sorta.
Kind of, yeah. And I was like, I have never done this in over 20 years, ever. You've never seen me do this. Like, it was so different for me. I'm trying to get acclimated to it.
And then my wife rushed me to the hospital for a dislocated jaw because they hit the floor.
It's not funny because I've had both mine done and it's,
Oh, really?
yes,
You gonna make this about you?
just for the moment.
I was flabbergasted. I love to see my wife, and
And then what does he say to me? I think you could lose 7 to 10 more.
no.
Oh, yes, you did.
Well,
You did.
okay, honestly, yes.
Yes.
But
I can't
you
wait.
forced that out of me.
I didn't force that out of you.
I said coerce.
I didn't coerce it out of you.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
I didn't say coerce.
Well,
Coerce.
caterpillar eyebrows.
What's wrong with my eyebrows?
They're like caterpillars in heat. Stefano
Really?
agrees. That's my boy. So yes, he did. He said that, and no wife wants to hear. You need to lose 7 or 10.
How many times did you ask me? Be honest. How many more pounds do I got to lose? I'm almost at my goal weight. My goal weight is 7 more pounds. That's
Yeah.
the goal weight to lose. So what did I say? 7. Does that make you happy? No. If I said 0, would it make you happy? No.
You told me my badunkadonk had a badunkadonk,
You had a badunkadonk.
right?
Okay.
Okay.
Now you just got a donk.
No, I haven't. Mm.
My wife's gorgeous.
Ugh. I mean, thank you.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can I just say, we went out for dinner and a group of, I would say 17 to 20-year-old young whippersnapper boys
Really? I'd put a little bit older.
came into this establishment, and the waitress comes up and says, you guys can sit wherever you want. And they did, like, I don't even know how I can say this on air because it was so disgusting. I was humiliated because they looked at the server.
We were not in Hooters.
No, Hooters is all closed down, which I'm glad because what a sexist restaurant. They need to open a Magic Mike chain then. I'm saying. Anyway, so, and the girls feel me. They know. They're like, yeah,
I bet they'll feel you.
that's a whole new 6-pack right there. So, anyway, these lads come in and they are staring, all of them. One of them's grabbing their junk and like relocating it. And this is a family establishment. And the others are looking at her. If you've ever been to Texas Roadhouse, right? This is the only way I can say it. If you've ever been to Texas Roadhouse and the hostess comes to seat you, she says, hey, would you like to pick out a piece of meat from the meat counter? And you're like, no, thank you. Well, they were checking out this poor waitress like they were picking out a piece of meat, up and down, front and back. It was so just disgusting. We are not pieces of meat, right? And that's so rude and disgusting. And they're like looking up and down and checking out all of them. And y'all ain't nothing to write home about. These 7, are walking in there, picking their butts, moving their junk. I mean, if I had a son of that age who walked into a restaurant and started having eye candy sex with these hostess, we would have a come to Jesus very quickly because that's so disrespectful. It's so rude and disrespectful. Be a young man, be a gentleman, and don't act like crap. Like, it was just rude. You're in a family restaurant, there were kids everywhere, and they're poking at each other. Ooh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that booty shorts. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. They're not on the menu. The hostess and servers are not on the menu. So get it in check. I'm just saying it's rude. It's rude and disrespectful.
Speaking of hostess, we love ours out yonder. Kylie,
She's not a hostess. She's a server.
server. No, wait, she was a cook the other day.
Okay. Well,
So
that's
she
all. We're
wears
not talking about where she
many
works or
hats.
whatever. Yes.
No,
Yes, she does. But I'm just saying, treat us. You know what? If they have daughters down the road and they see something done to their kid like that, I hope they have a deja vu moment. That's all I'm saying. Because
I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they won't.
I'm sure they will.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you ever have deja vu
Absolutely.
moments when you're like, ooh, I looked at them like a buffet line?
No, but I got girls looking at my daughter.
Girls and boys check out my daughter. I understand that. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, and don't you feel bad that you used to look at us like pieces of meat? Because you used to.
Yes, but I still look at you like that.
I'm going straight vegan. Like, I'm serious.
I'll go vegan too.
You're gonna go without meat?
Well, we'll call it tofu.
You're disgusting. You're so nasty.
Well, wait till later.
So, with that being said,
This is a family show.
no, it's not.
Oh,
It really isn't. It's really not.
but so we still got a lot of things in the works. My wife is working her hand off and just
Don't you wish?
no, I like this hand.
Not what I was referring to.
She's been putting a lot of hours up here on
I work like this every day.
several websites, several things. She's got multiple things in the works. So we have cut back on Mighty Networks, the Academy.
No,
Right.
we have found a much better platform, and so we are transferring it to our new site. So it's still there right now. It's still there, but it will be getting a new home here shortly. I can only do so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can do so little.
Oh my Lord.
I cut the grass today.
Oh, I have to ask because this is fantastic. So our daughter Faith says, Dad, I have the greatest idea. I think you should sit down and watch Monster High with me.
Oh Lord, did you have to bring that up?
I did. And if you don't know what it is, Alexa, play the theme song for Monster High.
Oh, we have a movie together.
Playing Monster High Fright Song
Oh, yeah.
by Monster High and
It's too late.
Mattel on Amazon.
No.
Music.
Routine.
No. Let's not play that Monster High. No.
Hold on.
I'm going to cut it off. Nobody wants to hear this unless you're 13.
Alexa,
Really?
stop. So you are now signed up to watch every season, every movie, every episode. God bless you. I've already done it. It's now your turn. And
If you're a dad and you agree to this and not knowing what
no,
you're
but
agreeing
wait,
to,
hold on. Now stop. Because here's the thing.
I feel for you.
First, no, hold on. At first, when I first saw these individual characters, I was like, what a bunch of hoochies. Because they are wearing things you find on a pole, right? The shoes, the clothes, you bend over and achoo, everything's coming
Around the
out.
pole.
Everything, right? I've always told Faith, raise your hand, touch your toes. If anything shows, go change your clothes. Like that is the little saying I've always told her from day one.
Okay.
Raise your hands up, touch your toes. If anything shows, go change those clothes. Okay. If they put their hands up, it's going to go up like a necklace. Okay. But she says to me when she's very little, Mom, I want you to watch Monster High. And I'm like, what did I do to you? And she's like, no, Mom, I want you to watch it. And I was like, why? And she goes, because everybody there has been rejected and not appreciated, liked, or respected in school and bullied. So they made their own group and they support each other and help others. And everybody is different. They have physical differences, they have mental differences, they have, any and everything in between. And when your daughter, who has overcome everything that ours has, says that to you, you sit down, you eat crow, and you watch it, right? And so I have watched every one. I have seen every episode. She had the whole collection back in the day until her narcissistic grandmother decided to throw them out because that's a whole different story. And the whole works, right? And I used to have dreams of that theme song. And I would have Frankenstein, like in my dreams, right? And she said to me one day, I want shoes like that. I'm like, conversation's finished, never happened. Like, it'll never, ever, 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 ever happen. And she goes, have you ever had shoes like that? And I was like, yes, but I threw them in the dumpster. I never had them on. I never wore them. And they were a gift. I didn't purchase them. I didn't spend money on them. It was a gift and they went into a dumpster. Never on my leg did they go. Period. And so it's so important that every day you tell your kids how beautiful they are, how intelligent they are. You see things different. Everybody does. And to explain that to them where they feel valued, they feel heard and loved and accepted and appreciated is so imperative for their own growth, not just physically, but mentally as well. Why are you grabbing your stomach? How many of the banana muffins I made did you eat?
I didn't eat none. Any.
I didn't eat none.
You heard I corrected myself because we're on air.
None.
I didn't want to speak redneck.
Speaking of redneck, let's talk about the redneck collection for Stronger Than a Mountain.
Well, let's talk.
Okay.
because I want some watermelon.
What?
I want some watermelon. I'm hungry.
You're always hungry.
Instead of eating a hamburger here at 9 o'clock at night, because I cooked 4 of them for dinner.
Make doubles. Like make a double hamburger.
No, I'm good losing weight.
You need to eat because of the protein.
Redneck category for our store under Stronger Than a Mountain.
Yes, there's so many hilarious.
They're hilarious. Jeff better call us and ask for the copyright. Jeff,
You know,
Barney.
our daughter and I had brunch with him, and he is
I know.
a stand-up.
I used to go to church together or something.
No, he used to do Bible study where we would go, and he came in, and it was hilarious. Faith at her finest was like, I say you're saying all the time. And he goes, you do? And
Lord.
and she said, yes. And he said, well, tell it to me. And he was the nicest guy. And so she said, here's your sign. And he goes, that's not mine. And she goes, oh. And she goes, okay, tell me a joke. And he did. And she goes, people come from all over the world to see you? And he said, yes. And she goes, and they pay you? And he said, yes. And she goes, but you're not funny. And he started laughing. And so she was like, he goes, okay, you give me one of your jokes. And she did. And he cracked up. And she's like, if you use that, you have to pay me. Like, it was just hilarious. And then he said, you know, tell me, I love the hair, da da da. And she's like, I'm about to go in for surgery. And he goes, well, can I check on you after your surgery? And he did. Like, it was really, really nice. But yes, she tried to say he was Bill Engvall, which was pretty ironically funny, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that you just brought up a great example. Here's a genuine guy who took time out to call and check up on.
He didn't call. We saw him in person, and she took pictures with him.
To check up on
Faith.
someone that he became a friend with at that time.
A lot of celebrities are stuck up snobby, and it's all about them, but they don't remember where they came from. They don't remember how they got to where they are. Mariah Carey.
And you have checked up on Muck Sticky and
I checked up on Muck Sticky almost daily.
How his mom's doing.
Yes, and
constantly.
he is doing so much better. I've checked on him and his sister Cookie, who is adorable, like almost daily. And he's, she's had a little slip up and then she's back and now she's making sentences and she's home, which is amazing. But she's got, recovery and therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy and stuff to go through. And yeah, I mean, I offered advocating services to him, whatever he needed, just to let him know, and it didn't matter. And I offered to talk to his sister however I could to help because, I mean, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your bank account holds in it. When you're going through something like that about someone you love, none of that matters. The bank account, dollar figure doesn't matter. Your fame and fortune doesn't matter. Who you are, your celebrity, it doesn't matter. None of those things matter. What matters is you're in a position that you're not accustomed to, thank God, and you don't know what to do and you're lost. And some people need to check their attitudes and check all that at the door because some people are like, I'm a celebrity. Don't you know who I am? They need to get, whatever. No, check it at the door because this is you or your loved one, family member, whatever the case may be. They are in a very scary situation. They don't know what's going on some of the time. You don't know what's going on some of the time. You don't know how to advocate for what you need. Your loved ones, you're carrying all of this and it's an unfamiliar territory, right? So you need to kind of respect the process of it and nobody should ever have to be accustomed to it. You just shouldn't because it's a horrible thing. And I've said this a million times. I don't care if it's your first surgery or your 130th surgery like I've had. It doesn't make it any easier. Surgery is surgery, period. I mean, and it doesn't get any easier. In fact, it gets harder, I think, as you go on because how much can a human body take, right? How much can you endure going through time and time and time again? I mean, it gets horrible. And then you think, oh, surgery's great. They're done. They're in recovery. They're going home. A couple of days, they'll be back to new. My spinal surgery was 7 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. And I still, we went bowling and I still can't pick up a bowling ball yet. They haven't said, I mean, you're not able to go more than 5 pounds. Right. And so I'm trying to do this. And earlier today, I was checking, this is stupid. People are going to say, oh my God, that's ridiculous. But you take these things for granted. And I'm being serious, I have a remote control for my back, right? And my husband will say that this is true. This is true.
This is true.
I have a remote control for my back. So I check. All right, yeah. I checked it earlier to see the strength and battery power percentage
Mhm.
on my back. Well, there's a bunch of different buttons on there, and my goofy tail sneezed and hit a button while I was checking it, and it upped the program. And I didn't realize it, and I had turned it off. And all of a sudden, my arm, maybe, I don't know, half an hour later or so, I don't know, half an hour later or so, my amputated limb is like itching from the inside, and I'm being electrocuted at a higher voltage, and it's very uncomfortable. And I really just want to be like, what is going on here? Like, it's really heavy, and it's pins and needles, and it feels like it's on dry ice, and it feels like it's contained within a cast, and all of the things. And so I was like, I don't know what's going on. It's wonky. I'm like, did the dogs get a hold of something and they're playing with me? This isn't funny. I go in there and I get the remote and I see that I went from like one extreme of a program to, there is tiers on each program. So my remote has 7 programs, and each program has like 8 in it. So, or 5 in it, whatever it is. So there ends up being like 35 programs you can choose from in your remote, right? And somehow when I sneeze and you hit the button, it just went, so that's what happened. And so I had to bring it back down.
It did what?
So it had to come back down and, take me on defrost. And those are things people take for granted because you don't think about it. I mean, it's a simple sneeze. The next thing you know, I'm like on dry ice in a cast with pins and needles sticking in there, and it's not a comfortable feeling. I mean, people take that for granted. Like, getting dressed is a whole new way. Like, you have to learn how to get dressed differently. You try on clothes, it's different. I still can't put my hands over my head completely yet. And you have to learn how to do these things. And it's so frustrating, but it doesn't help to bitch and complain about it because you still got to do it. So,
Why don't you ask your husband to come in and help? And I'll help you get undressed or dressed anytime you want.
you walked into the bathroom when I was in a sports bra and jogging pants
And I tried to close the door.
with you on the inside of it with me.
Of course.
No, no, nope. I don't think so.
So to jump back a little bit, my wife and I talk about this quite often. Both examples that I,
Cut your eyebrows while you're talking.
if you want,
Sweet. Carry on.
Jeff called up or checked up on Faith and didn't ask anything but how she's doing, right? Didn't want anything for himself. And then my wife checks up on Monk Sticky and doesn't want anything from Monk or his mom or his sister other than the fact, how are they doing?
I should be videoing.
My wife has actually got a pair of scissors in her hand and she's cutting my eyebrows over the trash can as I'm jaw
I
jacking.
mean, I can't stand your long eyebrows. They got to get trimmed.
But
You can
how
braid these
often
bitches.
are we sitting here, or my wife's sitting here
I need a reader.
on her dunk?
Get rid of the
and-
duck again.
She gets emails, messages, phone calls, texts, Zoom complaints. And what is it about? Is it about my wife? Is it about the company? Is it about Faith? No, it's all about me. And when I say me, I don't mean me. I mean them, me. It's all about me. Hey, I know you just went through surgery, but listen about me. I had a hangnail. I had a toenail. I need dog. Ow!
There's no blood. Don't ow. I didn't even.
Ow!
Are such a pansy. It didn't even do anything.
You're supposed to cut. Don't point that in my eyeball.
I didn't point at
You're
your
supposed to
eyeball.
cut,
Or
not
third
rip
eye.
it.
Stop it. I'm gonna get the other thing out in a minute.
Whoa, keep it PG.
Okay, keep going. Keep talking.
So
This looks so much better, but I need the thingamajiggy
y'all, my wife is literally cutting my eyebrows
with
on air.
shears. Yeah, because your eyebrows look like caterpillars are rolling around in the hay having sex.
Not itty bitty tiny scissors that you clip your nose.
No,
hair
these
with.
are actually from my paramedic bag that cut clothes.
Nice.
But I didn't even nick you. And I did it one-handed. But I do need to get the thing and like fix it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, but it looks so much better. At least you look human now.
So now that I'm human, here's my wife.
No, you're saying like so many people.
No, don't you get tired of that shit
It happens daily.
daily?
And then I have people that'll be like, "Oh, I had the worst day. Let me tell you about it." Blah blah blah. And my husband will tell you, whenever I talk to anybody, first thing, how's the family? How are you?
Right. Or go to the hospital for her surgery. Here's a box of cookies. Here's some donuts or whatever. What?
Looks so much better.
I look so much better?
Your eyebrows.
I'm taken.
Anyway, yes, I go into surgery and I'm like, here's cookies. Here's whatever. And I have people that are like, I know you just had surgery, but I need you to do this. I need you to do that. You need to do this, whatever. And, it's like, I made the mistake of saying to somebody one day, I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm drowning. I have so much going on. I'm in so much pain. It takes me an hour to get up and sit up because my head feels like it's 200 pounds. Oh, well, you're only 2 days out. But let me tell you about this. So I got this phone call from a guy I'm talking on the internet with from a different country or, whatever. And I'm like, you haven't even met this guy. You don't know this guy. You don't know his name, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. Or, hey, I had somebody reach out to me on social media about this. What do you think about this? Can I send it to you? Can you read it? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, and people are, how long is it going to take you to be fully recovered from surgery? When are you going to be able to do this? When are you going to be able to do that? Right? And it's always one-sided. And I always in that Momo that says, okay, let me help you. Let me fix it. Let me do whatever.
Well, it's because you got a big ass heart.
But it's always, one way. And when I know, like if I don't know something, I'll be the first to say, hey, I don't want to give you the wrong information because I don't have a clue about this. But if I know it and I know how to make it work, and I'm trying to tell you, hey, get out of your own way. I can do this. You got to let me do this, but you got to listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Then step aside if you want the results. If not, and you want to be in your own way, then don't bitch about failure.
That kind of sounds very familiar here very recently.
Well, there's a few female individuals I'm working with that are going through that here as well. And, I know the potential and I see such growth, but why ask if you're not listening? That's kind of my question.
Right.
Why ask if you don't want to listen? And I had someone reach out to me and say, I listened to your podcast and I want to say how much it resonates with me when you were talking with your husband about, both of you guys were talking about how so many people say, how could you cut your parents off cold turkey? How could you do this? And when y'all said, why don't you ask how they could do it to their kid? Because at the end of the day, we're still their child, right? We might be someone else's parents, but we're still their child. And for us to feel the need to go no contact so that we can maintain our composure and stop the cycle of generational trauma and can be of a healthy relationship for not just ourselves, but our immediate family. And they said this means so much because so many people are so quick to say, oh, you cut them off. How could you do that after everything they've done to you? That's just it. After everything they've done to you. And if you're not behind those four walls, because it's not a home, it's a house, or it's a sentencing, really, you can't say. Because that mask, when you open that door, it's 365 days a year of Halloween. It really is. It's 365 of Halloween because you open that door and you're going to get the Halloween mask. When that door shuts, they hang it up. And that's what it is because they're more concerned about the promotion of what everybody else thinks, outside of the house than they do about the people inside of the house. And you know what? 5 years, whatever down the road, they're not talking to those people anymore. They don't know those people anymore. But it's literally like the perception of, and I say this and I think this is hilarious. I didn't know this growing up, but in order to be Jewish, from my understanding, in order to be Jewish, your mom has to be Jewish at the time of your birth, or you have to convert to Judaism, right? That's how it works. I'm born again multiple times. I've also done a giving back service for our daughter, and I have done a baptism with my daughter. And then I also did another born again service with her. And so, like, my sperm donor said the best gift you could ever give me is be Jewish. And I was like, I will never give up my religious beliefs for a human being on this planet because I know God has kept us here. I know God has kept us here and we're here for a purpose. And I will not preach religion or push religion on anybody. So one day he told Faith, the best gift you could give me is be Jewish. And she's like, no. And so the reason I'm telling you this is, and he celebrates Christmas, which is the hoo-ha of all things. But the perception of somebody from up north that is Jewish is money and power, right? The perception is like you think of The Godfather or you think of The Sopranos or, anybody that's up north, you think of them and you think, oh, they have the perception of power and money kind of thing. So one of the very few windows where we were actually speaking to them, we were walking around Costco and my sperm donor is walking around doing his thing on the phone as always, and he is in the holiday section. And Faith, without missing a beat, finds him and says, Mom, let's go this way. Okay, so I walk down there and she sees him and he's talking to a woman. And she looks over and she had a nickname for him that I'm not going to use on air. And she was like, why are you over here? And he goes, well, I'm looking at this beautiful Christmas tree. And without missing a beat, Faith goes, but you're Jewish. And he was trying to talk to some woman, and be all like, whatever about that. And then she looks over and goes, Casablanca, you are not. Or Casanova, you are not. And he just looked at her. And I mean, she would call it fast. Like she let him know, that's. But the reason I tell this is because people that are that way, would rather go out and talk to a stranger and be like, oh, I have this in my whatever 6-figure RV, or I have this in my 8-car garage, or my 9-car with the lifts, or, whatever the case may be. And it's like, does it keep you warm at night? That's my rebuttal. Does it keep you warm at night? Because I don't care how many Benjamin Franklins you have, it's not going to make a blanket of love. It's not going to make a warmth of love and circles that can put their arms around you and hold you and be there and hold your hand. And, if I'm so honored because my family is there 24/7. We are there for each other without question. When I was told I had to be admitted into the hospital with the spinal surgery because they were worried about being quadriplegic, my husband and daughter were like, what? And so they did what I've always done. Neither one of them have ever seen me admitted into a hospital. I've never stayed overnight in a hospital ever in my daughter's life. And Faith, bless her freaking heart, slept in one of the most uncomfortable looking chairs. And every time I looked at her, she was just right there with me, as my husband was. And I would go and I'm laying there and I'm thinking of all the times that she begged her grandfather to spend the night. And his answer was, I'm not giving up my bed. And I slept in the hospital bed with her, whether it was that big, huge metal crib where I contorted myself in, or the regular hospital bed. I stayed in that bed with her. I didn't leave the room. And for someone to be like, I'm not giving up my bed, or I'm not giving up this or that, or, whatever, that's awful, especially for a kid, because for a kid to be in a hospital, we're talking months and months. It is a whole new level of boring. And it's so scary because the unknown is scary, right? And for when I was admitted, I was scared because I kept saying, I don't want my family to be here. And I begged them to go home and they wouldn't do it. They absolutely wouldn't do it. And then I got frustrated because now I knew exactly how I've been. Like I got a glimpse of deja vu. But when you have someone who doesn't care, like because before I had Faith and before you and I got back together, I was in the hospital, just one incident alone for weeks alone, right? In labor. And nothing they could do could stop the contractions. She was so early. She was tiny. I had a huge blood clot that they couldn't put a filter in because I was pregnant. If that filter moved, I would have died from a pulmonary embolism instantly, right? Because of how big it was. There was nothing. They were doing heparin and Lobanox injections in my back, alternating. And I'm sitting there not even looking like a person because my face is bashed in, my jaw is bashed in, my nose is broken, my shoulder is broken, my foot's broken. All of these things are broken. And then they would come in and say, we really need to set that. But we can't right now because if we do, we could risk the blood clot, the DVT. So we can't right now. So I'm sitting there with like my jaw all the way over on one side, black eyes, you name it, and I'm there by myself. And it was the scariest time in my life. And you're there all alone. You have no one. And if you have a loved one and they are in the hospital, be by their side because God forbid the day comes when you are by yourself in that hospital. Trust me, you're going to wish you had someone there. Just being in there with you, it just makes the whole thing not tolerable because none of it is, but a little easier.
Yeah. I want to change the subject here. I want to give a shout out to a very great guy out there at Costco.
Kyle!
Kyle,
I love Kyle.
our buddy Kyle. I know you're listening, Kyle. Hey, man. How you
He's
doing, buddy?
amazing. He's amazing. I am not going to tell, like, he and I have done a lot of talking, and I'm not going to share his story or anything, but I think the world of him. And when I get to see him and he runs up and, gives me a hug, and it is the sweetest thing ever. And he just lights up your day. He really does. And then he remembered, about Faith, and he was like, she is such a badass and she's amazing. And, he's like, I listen to all of hers and all of y'all's, and I love it, love it, love it. And it was just, it's so nice, And the thing is I walk into Costco, or, there's been places people like, I recognize her, or people come up, at the grocery store or whatever. And I don't be the first, and I realize this because people have said to me, do you know what you say to me the first time? And I didn't realize this, but like, I've had people say, you walk up to me and they're like, I recognize you, or I know your voice, or I know this, or I know that. And the very first thing I say, people tell me this all the time, is, how can I help you? What do you need I can help with? Because if they know who I am, then it's because they're in a situation somehow of what I advocate for. And if that's the case, how can I help? What do you need? Like, I don't, I'm not popular or famous or any of that because of what I've done. I am where I am because of who I help. And that's a huge difference. I will never walk around like, oh, I have my own IMDb or, whatever. And that's out there. But, I don't walk around and preach about it. The thing is that I look at it not a way of showing, where all we are and the followers and all of that. It's, to me, I look at it as absolutely another avenue for you to find if you need it because you need help. And here we are. That's how I see it. And that makes a huge difference. Because they say to people all the time, like, I hear all the time, like, these celebrities are so rude. If you walk up to them, they'll poo-poo you away and want nothing to do with you. And it's like, why?
Right.
Why? Some people wait their whole life to meet one famous person. One. And you can't take 30 seconds to take a picture or, whatever. I saw a video. And the only reason I'm going to mention this is because I did actually see this video. I couldn't believe when I heard about it. J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, was coming out of a store, right? And there was paparazzi out there. And people have to go look at this. And she told everybody leaving the store, hurry up so she can make an exit, a grand exit, all alone without having anybody else in the picture. I was like, no, 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 yes, it was. And there's a mom carrying her child out, and she's laughing profusely as she's like being told, go, 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 because she's got to come out. And the doors are open. They're holding the doors open. And you see J-Lo like standing there waiting for everybody else to get out of her limelight light, right? And then she comes walking out from the doors to her vehicle that's open for her right there. They have the driver opening her car door so she can be wished away. And she's, waving and whatever, and goes from the doors of the store into the car and drives off. But she poo-pooed everybody else out so that they wouldn't be in the shadow of her photos. And it's like, are you shitting me? Now, what if back in the day when I had, Faith, and she had her trach and all of the other things, and I had 15 pieces of equipment because of her feeding tube and her trach and all of those things. I can't park on the curb to load everything.
Yeah.
But if you're J-Lo, you can sit there all day long because you're in the store spending all your millions and millions of dollars. That's ridiculous. Like, there's so many things wrong with this world. It's unheard of. I'm done because that's just it's just not right. It's not right. And you think about it. What if that mom carrying that child used some of her money to pay for a movie ticket to see J-Lo's movie, or bought her soundtrack, or, whatever. And part of your, $500 daily moisturizing cream came from this woman and child. And they don't think about stuff like that, but then they go on and they're like, oh, this is my beauty care routine. This is what I do. And then you go look at it, it's like $500 for a 2-ounce thing of shit. And it's, stupid. It's just dumb. Whatever. People need to be humbled. That Jenny from the block, like, I know who I am. I know where I came from. Yeah, okay. Bullshit. That's about whatever. Okay, I'm done.
Are you sure?
I am, because that shit just annoys me. Like, that really just annoys me to, okay.
Are you done?
Yeah, because if I start talking about Mariah Carey, I'll never stop. I just won't.
Y'all see, I get quiet at this time. But she's on this tangent.
Who the hell hires someone to change
Yeah.
the size of their
Here we go.
outfits? And then who has someone that they pay just so that their clothes don't touch the ground while they're walking?
I think we should wrap this one up. You are on the roll.
Yeah, I need to
Eat some watermelon with your husband?
I hate watermelon. I don't like watermelon.
Who in the world hates watermelon?
I do.
You're not from Earth, are you?
No, not the way I work.
That's true.
If I went to work at a 40-hour day or 40-hour a week, I'd be done in 2-3 days. I'd be done in 2 days. Seriously. Because I would be like, I don't even know how people complain of a 40-hour work week. Because think about it. If I'm averaging, let's look at the average. Oh, my phone is off. So, I work stupid hours. Think about it. If I'm doing on average, I'm doing about over 100-hour week every week.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
I get up because my butt gets numb, and then I go get some more tea, or I go to the bathroom. But I try to get up every hour or so just to walk.
So y'all should flood her email with get off your duff, your dunk, and
Okay,
walk.
before you go any further, and I just want you to tell me the number, put your little glasses on, and tell me the number right
You're
here,
saying I'm old.
right here of how many I have in this email.
94921.
So how many is that?
It's
Thank you.
94,921.
Yes. And
Emails.
it's just in one email. And the other one, I have over 7,000. And I do go through them.
I need to get like a couple thousand a day.
And I do my best to answer them. The best that I can. Because I don't have an assistant.
I'm your bitch.
You don't assist me in my emails?
Not your emails.
No.
I know all your secrets in.
I don't have any secrets. Oh, need to my
Stucco
mommy.
says it's time to go. I need to go out.
No, Stucco says I love my mommy. Oh, you have to tell him what Stucco did with the Elvis. It's so cute. Explain this. It's so cute.
Move.
Come on. Tell him real quick and then we'll wrap up. It's so cute.
So
My wife taught my dog.
my lovely wife has taught our dog Stucco to bare his teeth.
Like Elvis. See if I can get him to do it right here.
I don't remember Elvis baring his teeth.
Doesn't, but he's doing the trick.
The what?
Come here, Stucco. Watch.
My wife and her
Watch.
sounds effect.
Come here. Ready? Elvis. No, here. Come here.
They can't see this.
No, but you can. Watch. Elvis. No.
So he
Elvis.
curls up his lip and bares his teeth.
Do it again.
Give the treat.
So cute.
So dumb.
It is not dumb. It's cute.
I said it's so cool.
That's not what you said. He also high fives. He
Don't
paws.
Don't rewind it.
I'm not gonna rewind it.
So
You got
thanks,
hair in your
Kyle.
ears.
We'll see you real soon out there, wherever.
Who? Kyle.
I said Kyle.
You have hair in your ears. You can cut it out.
I didn't know if I was supposed to say Costa or not.
You already said it.
I slipped up.
Which one? So don't.
Okay, I won't. And don't forget Pleasure Points Tattoo by Jeff Fratto out there in Hiram, Georgia.
We drove all the way out there for him. I would drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's worth it.
Oh, yeah. So thanks, Jeff. He probably don't listen to us. Not yet.
He don't listen to you.
You think he listens to you? Well, yeah, he does. Anyway, thank y'all
I
for
will say
listening.
when we walked in what he said when I walked in the door.
He said, girl, you're vanishing.
I know that made my whole day.
That means, girl, you're losing weight.
No, that means, girl, you looking fine. You got to say it in the
It is-
Italian
no.
way. You got to say it Italian. That means, girl, you look good.
You're lucky I let that I love you, man, slide.
I said it in a brotherly sense.
Okay, Joe Dirt.
What?
Oh, my.
Oh, no, you got more
You have
Monster High
not-
to watch.
You have not watched Joe Dirt?
Isn't that Tom Hanks?
Joe Dirt.
It's got Tom Hanks in it, right? Who's in Joe Dirt?
Y'all, we have some education to go through tonight.
I don't get to watch TV. I work. Who's in Joe Dirt? Who's the actor in it?
You know what? I'm
You
not
don't even know. You don't
yeah.
know. Who is it?
I'm not going to tell you.
Alexa, who's the actor in the movie Joe Dirt?
I'm going to tell you it's a shovel. Is
David
that
Spade stars as Joe Dirt in the
Who?
2001 film.
David
Playing the
Spade?
title character.
You don't know? Oh, my God.
No clue. All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank y'all.